Chevy, truly without further ado, I appreciate you taking a few minutes of your time today. And as my son, you'll see Alex Baker. So you guys be sure and give him a hard time. That's my son. So he's seldom ever on camera. But anyway, just interested to hear what you've got to share with us today. I mean, you bring such a wealth of knowledge and experience to this game. And I couldn't be any more excited than to hear whatever it is you've got for us today. So the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Baker. No, I definitely appreciate that. And I feel like there's nothing, I kind of want to be the one who's like, Ben, tell me everything, because you're such a beast. So I will share what little knowledge I have in the game 100% with everyone. So I kind of was thinking about what would be the most impactful thing for me to talk about with everyone today. As unsexy as it sounds, I was thinking we would kind of go back to basics. That's what I've been doing with my team. It doesn't matter how experienced you are, how many houses you've sold. It could be 1, it could be 100, it could be 1,000. There really is a point in your career that you're, especially with market shifts that we've experienced. I've never seen market shifts as fast as I have the past 2 years. I feel like every 3 months, we're like, oh my gosh, another shift, like we need to redo the game. So the only thing that's really kept my sanity and helped me and my team be able to make it through these times is getting back to basics. And I really want to break down today what that looks like for me. And I just want to preface this that to start getting back to basics, the first thing that I would highly encourage anyone to do is figure out what your success looks like. You have to figure out, what does success for you look like? Is that getting 1 listing a month? Is that getting 4 listings a month? Is that getting 10 listings a month? And I say listings has been my forte over the years. I've taken hundreds of listings throughout the years myself, not my team, like me out there grinding it, calling expireds back in the day, getting a lot of rejection and a lot of people to say yes. Like, it kind of comes with the game. Until real estate, I hadn't experienced, like selfishly hadn't experienced a lot of rejection. Give yourself 3 months in real estate and you're like, oh Lord Jesus, I'm going to have to get some sage. I've never had so much rejection in my life, and it'll help you grow some really thick skin for sure. So when I say this, it will come with rejection and everything. That's okay. But figure out what success looks like for you. So start this by how many buyers, how many listings would success be for you that month. Make a yearly goal, make a 5-year goal on this. And then that's going to allow you to break down what the basics are going to be. So the first step in this, and it's kind of funny because I was thinking back to the award ceremony. I believe it was Teresa said, it's so much easier to take a listing when there's a KW sign in the neighborhood. And I was like, oh my Lord, she's right. So any wealth of knowledge I can share with y'all on how to take some more listings, I'm going to do that right now, because Lord knows if we all work together and get more listings, it does make it easier. Because when you call someone up and you're like, hey, well, I know, I'm sure you already know who Keller Williams is, your neighbor down the street. It's already listed with our company. I'm actually reaching out to see if you're interested in potentially selling your home. It is way easier to have that conversation when there's a KW sign in the neighborhood, let me tell you. And what I will say to that is the first thing you have to do is figure out your goals, get clear on your calendar. Now, I know I'm talking to a bunch of entrepreneurs, and when somebody says the word calendar, somebody's head, usually at least one person's head, spins around in a circle, and they're like, I did not get into real estate, girl, to live off of a calendar. I feel you. I was the same way. I had a lot of resistance. I had to do some self-work on that, right? Had a lot of resistance to scheduling and calendaring, but I will tell you, you want to run a 6-figure business, I don't know one CEO that doesn't have a calendar. And you're the CEO of your business. So you have to get a schedule, get a calendar, put it on there. I personally like to do lead generation the first thing every morning. That works best for me because that's when my motor, which is kind of funny since my name's Chevy, so I hate saying anything like motor, anything that could be related to a vehicle, but you know what I mean? My energy level and motor is the highest in the morning. And that's when I have like the most energy to like keep it going. And I'm not so beat up by the day. I got kids, I got a husband. They are needy. They need stuff. I need stuff. I can get it knocked out in the morning, make it happen. So I like to start my day with lead generation. I wake up, I eat the frog. Then, and when I say lead generation, this is where some people get a little bit turned off. So let me be clear on what lead generation can mean. This doesn't mean I'm telling you to cold call. Okay. This could be following up with your database. This could be you running Facebook campaigns, marketing flyers, following up with those people. Hey, sent you out a mailer, just seeing if you got it, if you had any questions, whatever lead generation looks like to you. Maybe you want to call those prospects that you got from the open house you worked that weekend. No time than the present, right? Just go ahead and do it. Get on the phone, make it happen in the morning while you're still having that energy and the will to do it. And then the rest of your day can be set up for follow-ups, appointments, your family time. Put all that on the calendar. I have agents that I coach and they're like, well, Chevy, I don't want to put my personal stuff on the calendar. Well, your personal stuff in your family is probably your number one priority besides your business, right? God, family, and business. I think putting some time to go to your kids' game on Saturday is probably pretty important. Put it on the calendar. And when you schedule your buyers, you schedule your listing appointments, schedule your consultations, schedule it around your family. That's the cool thing about being in real estate is we have that ability. So we're going to start with getting really clear on what your goals are, right? Get clear on that. What does success look like for you? Get rid of some of the resistance around calendaring if you have any, like myself. Make a calendar, make a schedule for yourself, something obtainable. Don't get crazy. This is where I see some people, they're like, I'm going to get up at 4:30 and I'm going to work out and I'm going to meal prep my whole life and everything's going to be amazing. If you are that person, I am envious. And yet, if you're not, make something you can stick to, because there is nothing worse than giving yourself goals and things that you want to do and making a calendar and failing every single day. So make a schedule you can win with. Then with that, you're going to start lead generating, right? If you have been working really hard the past couple of years, you're going to work even harder this year. I'm going to tell you that. You have to double down on your efforts this year to make it through a shift like this. That means doubling down on lead generation, doubling down on your contacts. And when I say doubling down, I don't know about y'all, but for what I've experienced right now, I'm having to talk to probably twice as many people as I did last year to get the same amount of motivated, qualified leads in my pipeline. And when I say ready, willing, and able is the term I use. Are they ready? Are they willing? And are they able? And that can be difficult because they sound really willing, but they're really not able. Maybe we need to do some DPA work. Maybe we need to, get their house market ready, whatever it looks like. Ready, willing, and able is your guidelines. And it's going to take speaking to more people to find those. I can't tell you how many listings I've called this year, and they're like, yeah, I'd sell my home for $2 million. Well, your neighbor sold for $450, so that's not going to happen. I'd love to sell your home for $2 million too. Just to be very clear, you and I are synergistic in this. I get paid on commission when your home sells. And the more I sell your home for, the more money I make, the more money my client makes. So you and I are completely in synergy on this. And yet, based on what I'm saying, I'm thinking probably about like 450, right? So that tells me that person is not motivated. Could I take the listing? Yes. Are they motivated to sell? Probably not. So I need to call more people, have more conversations, do more open houses, whatever it looks like, more Facebook campaigns, however you get your leads right now, your form of lead generation that's working for you, double down on it. And that can be scary, especially if you're spending money on leads. I'm not saying that you have to go out and buy more leads. Maybe do more with the leads you have. Maybe text them and call them and put them on a marketing campaign, right? You got to do more with what you have to find those motivated people. And it's my team's like, well, Chevy, I feel like I'm just working so hard. You are. That's why I'm going to tell you right now, when you make your schedule, plan a vacation. I know it sounds crazy, but part of the good things about going on a vacation is like having that to look forward to and knowing that there's like a break coming. So when you guys make your schedule out, you make your success plan, you make out your schedule, you start doubling down on your contacts, go ahead and put a vacation on the calendar. And some people are like, Chevy, what are you talking about? I'm not spending any money. I'm constricted. I'm cutting back. I ain't going anywhere. Go somewhere. Okay. I don't care where you go. Just go somewhere. Go camping. Do something. But get out. Plan something with your family or with your friends to get out and do something fun for yourself. And then once you get all this taken care of, I highly, highly encourage you to find an accountability partner. Whether that's your husband, your wife, your kids, your friends, your family, your mom, anybody wanted an accountability partner, tell your mom what your goals are. I'm telling you, that's one person who will not stop calling you. Okay. When I got into real estate, my mom's like, what can I do to support you? I was like, thank you, Mom. Can you hold me accountable to lead generating? She would literally call me. And if I would answer the phone, she said, I thought you said you can't answer the phone because you're lead generating. Why are you answering the phone? I'm like, well, one, you're my mom. And when you call, I answer. And two, thank you for that. Thank you very much for that. So find someone who will annoyingly hold you accountable. Coach, mentor, family, whoever that is, right? Someone on this call, someone at KW. I guarantee if you reached out to someone in the Keller Williams family and said, hey, I'm doing this thing where I lead generate 2 hours every morning. I recommend 3, just so you guys know, I recommend 3. Would you be willing to hold me accountable to that? Even if it's 3 days a week, I guarantee you they'd say yes. Reach out to me. One of my greatest gifts from God is being able to bug the crap out of people. Okay. I promise you, it's my husband would disagree. And yet for the people I mentor, it's a love-hate thing, but I will follow up relentlessly to make sure that I'm holding them accountable and holding myself accountable. So find someone to do that with, right? So just to go through where we're at so far, make a success plan. What does success look like for you? You're going to calendar. I know we're going to calendar. You're going to double down on lead generation. You're going to find an accountability buddy. And then the 5th thing is I want you guys to, and I'm sure everyone here does this anyways, get very clear on the market. You have to know the market so well. What are the interest rates today? What are solutions and tools? Because solutions and tools are what's been winning me listing appointments and winning me with buyers. What are tools you can lean into? Like, can you use, homeward buy before you sell? Can you use KW mortgage to help your client with a rate buy down, right? Whatever it looks like, whoever your partners are, learn what tools they offer. Use those to help secure solutions with clients, because from what I've been seeing, the clients that have agreed to meet with myself and my team are the clients that when I'm talking to them on the phone or when I'm meeting them in person, I'm able to offer them a solution to solve whatever their problem is. And so figuring out, do they need an iBuyer offer? Maybe they think they do. Maybe you need to show them what a traditional listing would look like and let them know how you can make this an easy transition for them, right? Those are the types of things we have to be open to. And most importantly, when you're offering these tools, just be really careful not to, I call it not pooing on whatever their idea is. I can't tell you how many people have told me, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I'm going to say it anyways. I call them, they're like, yeah, I'm talking to Open Door. And I'm like, really? Oh my God, great. Well, you know what? A lot of my clients love certainty and convenience. We actually have some solutions on my team that help our clients be able to achieve those goals. Would that be something you're interested in hearing more about? They always say yes, always. Yeah, actually we would. Cool. Now I'm in the door. I tell them about, buy before you sell and stuff. And they're like, oh, I didn't even realize this was a program. Wonderful. Like, that's not proprietary. Anybody at KW can use that, right? It's these types of conversations. But if you tell them, oh my God, let me tell you why not to go with Open Door, now they think they did something wrong. They had a bad idea and they shut down. So the way that you frame it with people and the way that you get into rapport with them usually is in some type of agreement frame. So I would highly suggest skilling up on the market, skilling up on your language abilities. NLP is a really good resource for that. If anybody's taking neurolinguistic programming, you can do it online. There's probably some stuff on YouTube. It can get kind of weird in some ways. I'm talking about the sales side of it. That's the side that I'm really into. I would highly recommend people watching that too. and getting really good and skilled up on the market. So when you're talking with people, you can have these conversations. So Ben, that's all I have. Those are my 5 best things that I could offer in 15 minutes. So hopefully that's helpful to anyone who is able to listen in.
Boy, you were right at 15 minutes. My goodness, boy. And you know what? It's one reason why I was so excited just to hear from you, because I've had the pleasure of observing you from afar and also within. And I know that's the way you run your team, I think, very efficiently. And we can all learn from that. And so the message, even though it was basic, it's exactly what we all need to hear, right? I love your use of relentless. My coach says that he's relentlessly devoted basically to my success. And I think that if you guys accept that challenge this year for 2023, we heard on stage that 2023 is projected to be the 3rd best real estate market we've ever had. And yet the majority of the folks who've joined us today are not feeling that at all. But I think that even though we know the market's going to deliver less, doesn't mean that we have to accept less. And I'm up for the challenge. And I know that the folks who join in each and every week and those who couldn't join in today feel the same way. But I think that we all do it together, right? We all do it together and supporting each other so that at the end of the day, we finish on top. So again, I appreciate that. And again, the message is never too basic. Sometimes I have to hear it 133 times before it finally kicks in, right?
Yes.
And I see some heads nodding. So Dion, you know what I'm talking about. Deshonda, I know you do. And so Alexander, who's just joining us, he will find that out quickly too. So guys, I appreciate you so much.